Auxiliary mode.
Greetings, traveler. It is a pleasure to see you. Yes, there is no snow on the ground, but the wind is blowing as always. But please, don't stand out here in the weather. You are more than welcome to enter my humble abode and share the fire with me.
After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Yes, you! Memory forever!
Dad, please!
Well, traveler, you have shown up at a time when I am a little upset. It seems that some people haven't learned their lesson. Yes, Mustache M3RRY, I am talking to you. It seems that you not only picked on people, you evidently doubled down on ignorant. So I might be a reserve member of the former force, but I'm here and I'm gonna be on your ass like a rash. That's right, Mary. Did you really think you were gonna help YouTube do all that fuckery to my friend Mike the MGTOW Monk and not get a response? You're sadly mistaken. And I guess you didn't even look at my last video. In fact, I doubt if you really looked at any videos. No, you looked at a couple. I saw Mike's video where he showed what you did to him. You and your cohorts. And everyone else managed to hide their identities. But he figured out one of them was you, and that's why I'm talking to you right now. You actually interrupted my schedule. I was ready to do some yoga, some deep relaxation and meditation, but no! You had to show your ass. So that's why I'm here. I disrupted my schedule just so I could talk to you again. And I see what happened. Yes, you got butthurt. Because a man actually dared to respond to your... Oh, I can't quite think of the right word right now, but don't worry, I got plenty more coming. And just like I said in the other video, none of this would have happened if you had stayed in your lane. But no. You're being a mutant combination of drama queen and shit stirrer. And sorry, the former force don't take shit like that lying down. I mean, I don't know. You seem to think that we're a nice, easy target for you. But guess what? I'm still standing. I'm still running my mouth. Why don't you come try shut me up? You know, you can't seem to handle the truth. So you and your allies all did a hardcore drive-by on my friend. And like I said, the former force don't take that shit lying down. That's why I'm talking to you. And yes, I'm upset. Because you still don't seem to understand men going their own way. There is no place for women. That's not to say you can't show up. It's not to say you can't comment. But for some reason, you can't do that. See? Yeah, we know. We're surrounded. You're busy building the matriarchy. But you know what? Yeah, there's all this new construction going on. All this new activity that doesn't think men have any value. But you see that? That's right. We're not moving. We're not going anywhere. So, you know, you might come back and try this again, but I suggest you bring a stronger bitch in than the pitiful efforts you've been doing so far. Your actions prove the truth of this statement. There is no more dangerous menace to civilization than a government of incompetent, corrupt, or vile men. And I have to include women in that because you just proved that you're incompetent, corrupt, and vile. to viciously attack my friend like that just because you got your fifis hurt. I mean, it sure seems to show that, you know, your use of YouTube to apply to Pimp Hand proves that you lack the mental capacity to debate anybody. Now, I would guess that there were some people out there in the manosphere, you know, if you had done your first video and then after the responses you had come back and said, okay, now if you think I'm wrong, prove it to me. Let's have a debate. But you didn't do that, did you? Oh, no. I mean, what? I mean, is the effort to actually string together enough words for a coherent conversation beyond you? It appears to be so. I know you're probably saying, damn, he's at it with the harsh words again. But yes, pretty words aren't always true and true words aren't always pretty. But they're the truth and you better deal with it. You know, you could have debated. You could have shown up and commented. And if you hadn't been showing your ass, you could have produced a decent conversation. But it sure seems like that wasn't your aim, was it? In fact, now that I think about it, I know what your aim is. This is what you want to see. If men aren't actively supporting the matriarchy and being nice little compliant beta providers, you want them in jail. I would bet dollars to donuts that you're the kind of person that would viciously attack a man, try to scratch his eyes out, and then because you broke a nail, you would have him arrested on domestic violence charges. And you might be saying, no, I wouldn't do that, but you sure aren't showing me anything different, are you? But we know what's around the corner. That's why many men and more are following. We are walking away from the matriarchy. And mutant creatures like you've proved that you do not want a real man to be a part of your life. You want a compliant drone that you can control. Well, nobody's controlling me. That's why we left. And Socrates himself said, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Men are walking away from you mutants. And we are building a new culture, one that does not rely on women to provide validation. We provide validation to each other and to ourselves. We do not need your help. Of course, help in your case is definitely not the right word. We do not need your interference. And, Mike posted his video today, and I went to the link he provided. I only had to listen to like 10 seconds of you speaking to realize that there was nothing there worth listening to. I noticed that you disabled the numbers so no one can see how many likes and dislikes are there, and you also disabled the comments. Why? If you really want to understand us, you'd want to talk to us, but you don't. all you want to do is deflect and shame and attack. And don't say that's not true, because you've done it twice. And your vicious assault on Mike the MGTOW Monk proves that you don't want to debate. And I'm not worried about anything you say. Because, like the man said, in order for you to insult me, I would first have to value your opinion. I've reached a point in my life now, seeing all this fuckery from you women, I don't give a bald rat's ass what any woman says anymore. I automatically assume they're lying to me and they've got a sinister agenda. 'Cause that's sure true in your case. And I can see, there, in the little coffee clutch, while you're there with your friends at the pet store picking out your cats. But, we know this is part of what you are. This is a lamprey. Doesn't look very pretty, huh? Well, I was wondering if this is what you look like when you take the makeup off. But I'm not assuming, I'm just guessing. A lamprey is a jawless fish. It's a parasitic, carnivorous species that feed by boring into the flesh of other fish to suck their blood. But that's not all you women are. Yeah, you're also a succubus. A demon in female form that seduces men through sex. Repeated activity results in the man's deterioration of health and mental state, or even death. And that's what you women are. You're a feminist mutant combination of a lamprey and a succubus. Why would any sane man want to associate with a creature like that? And I hear you women crying all the time that you're being oppressed by the patriarchy. But we know the truth. It's almost a feminist mantra. If females are not in dominant control, they are being oppressed. Despite women being the vast majority of college graduates now. It's been like that for over 20 years. Despite Me Too harassment, where all a woman has to say is, he sexually harassed or assaulted me, and the man's life is destroyed. And without a police report, all you gotta do is drop a dime on Facebook, and it's his ass. There are men who have been accused of sexual assault, not charged, accused, who have lost their jobs, who have lost their private bank accounts. And you don't seem to think there's anything wrong with that. But, here you are, just like in this picture. You're just walking by some guy working hard. I don't see you there doing his job. You claim you're as good as a man. You can do anything a man can do. Why aren't you doing your Ed Norton act in the sewer? Why aren't you working on the oil rig out in the middle of the ocean? Why aren't you coal mining? You say you're just as good as a man, but that's a dirty, dangerous job. So, we don't want to do that. We want to stay inside with the air conditioning and make you men go outside and do the hard work. And the really irritating part about all this is that, where do you think you live? You think you live in the Soviet Union? Or China? Or North Korea? No! We're in America. But, you're ignoring it, but there is a minor thing called the First Amendment. The First Amendment wasn't designed to protect your fragile feelings. It was designed to harbor free thought. Now, I'm black. You think I like hearing some guy in a Klan robe or a skinhead saying, I'm a mud person, I'm not really human, and I don't deserve the same rights as anybody else? Hell no! I think that's disgusting. But it does not bother me to have them say it because they have a right to show that they're an ass in public. That's right. The First Amendment is designed to protect speech that you don't like. How is there a free exchange of ideas when anything you don't like is suddenly labeled hate speech? And you bring the government pimp hand on that person. You think it's all good until it happens to you, and then it's suddenly, why is government so mean to us? Well, you got to look at it this way. You propose a law that's going to do something mean to a certain group of people. You think about it. Would you want that same law being enacted if the other political party, the one that you don't like, is in power? Didn't think about that, did you? But deep thought does not seem to be something you're capable of. Now you have two choices. If you don't like something, ignore it or say something back. But if you're unable to do either of those things, it makes you a coward. Being offended is not a valid third option. And bringing the government pimp hand is not an option either. Debate. Ask questions. Bring facts to the table. I know that's a difficult thing for you women to do, but I know some of you have that capability. You do not appear to be one of those that can do that. The First Amendment is there to protect all speech, not just the speech that you agree with. And that's why men are walking away. Thomas Jefferson himself said, if a law is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, he is obligated to do so. Now, the men's rights activists have seen this situation. For years, they have been fighting for not preferential treatment, but fair treatment in divorce courts. But the family court is all run by feminists. When you show up in family court as a man, there is no trial. It's just a sentencing hearing. You're automatically assumed to be guilty. It doesn't matter what kind of evidence you bring to the table. there are actual cases where in the court documents, a man is accused of domestic violence and abuse. And it said, you have to prove your innocence. That's not the way justice is supposed to work. It's like you don't seem to care about a minor deal, called innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I guess that don't matter when you've got an agenda, right? The MRAs fought for years. But when women showed up and they used all the right code words and the men let them in to help, it didn't help. They were infiltrated and neutralized. In fact, the Southern Poverty Law Center has labeled men's rights activists a hate group. Really? Requesting equal treatment is now a hate crime. That's just amazing. But I don't see you out protesting for equal treatment under the law, so you must agree with it. You can do all this activism you want, but you may, use your sniper rifle to pick off a few of us, but you can't get rid of all of us. And by the way, if you're looking for the leader of the MGTOW quote movement, that's me. Are you looking for someone who's an advocate for MGTOW philosophy? From the monk perspective, that's me too. If you're looking for somebody who's gonna fight until he can't draw another breath, that's me too. So I guess that this is your core philosophy. You see all these politicians, like the classic is they're arguing for gun control. They're actually lobbying in some states for having a license just to buy ammunition and limiting the amount you can buy. Places where it doesn't matter if a burglar has broken into your house and threatening your family. If you shoot and kill him, you are charged with murder, despite the fact that you're protecting your property and your family. So, the average citizen can't have a gun, but all these people, politicians, celebrities, they all have armed guards. So, I guess I just don't understand. I guess their lives are just more valuable than mine. Really? By whose calculation? I mean, you have proven that although you've been raised all your life to consider yourself a princess who's supposed to be wooed and, swept off your feet by Prince Charming, that live happily ever after. That you're not that. You've proven that you're a brainwashed and imprinted leftist drone because you bought into the SJW protocol. Why do you think we're running away now? Now, it is a scientific fact that women are not as I'm trying to be polite when I say this. Let's just say a quality factor. Most women are not capable of the levels of performance of a man. And that's not patriarchy, that's science and biology. Although there are some that can do it. Now, I was in the electricians union. I worked with women. And it didn't matter, you saw women doing the same jobs as the men did. And they got my respect because they worked as hard as the men on the same jobs and showed that they had skill and talent. But your only skill seems to be crying about your oppression and blaming it all on the patriarchy. Really? Now, this is a picture of Ayn Rand, a modern philosopher, and she is definitely bona fide. This woman bypassed the patriarchy to become an intellectual tour de force. Have you ever read Atlas Shrugged? It's an incredible story. Yes, in the 1940s, she became famous for her intellect. Now, the picture says it's 2015, it's 2019 now, and you're still blaming the patriarchy. It's just amazing. You're gonna use all the tools at your disposal to continue to abuse men. Even the ones that say, but we're done. We don't want anything to do with relationships anymore because we know it's a crapshoot with loaded dice. What sane man is gonna play a poker game when the deck is stacked? The dealer has aces up his sleeve. And no matter what hand you think you have, they're going to arrange things so that they're going to win. I mean, I may be old, weak, slow, and tired, but I'm not stupid. So, Mary, I know it may have sounded harsh, and it's because I'm upset, but I'm not mad at you. I just want you to recognize your continued attacks on the red pill community will not go unchallenged. If you think you give us the bitch hand once and we're gonna roll over and expose our belly, why don't you check out Yogi Obes and what happened to him when he tried to fuck with us? That's right. If we're walking away, that means we don't want anything to do with you. Now, if you had approached us like a regular person and said, talk to me so I can understand, there would have been people here to talk to you and explain to you the truth. But you just found a couple of sites and said, oh, I remember the line in like the first 20 seconds of your talk. They have a limited vocabulary. Well, you know, if you had actually taken the trouble to look at some of my videos, you could see that they're all like this. I draw on a wide range of experience to present my topics. I'm not the most eloquent speaker out there, but I speak from my mind with a touch from the infinite. So, I want you to recognize you have not picked an easy target. And if you try this again, I will be back on your ass like a diaper rash again. But do not think that your pathetic attempt to abuse us is going to work. Oh, traveler, I'm sorry I subjected you to this rant, but I just had to say it. You know, sometimes the truth has to be said, and that's why I'm here. So, remember, traveler, as you continue on your journey, it was true yesterday, it's true today, and it will be true tomorrow. Some of the best days of your life haven't happened yet.